This is the third type of question on the Russia-Soviet paper, and this is question 3b. Why? Why do the two interpretations differ? Now, in question 3a, we'd looked at the text. This time, what we look at is the top bit. Who wrote it? When was it written? What is the book called? And what's the purpose behind it? You need to use this to try and explain why they come up with different interpretations. So if we go through, we can have a look here. So the first one is to look at who wrote them. Okay, so in this bit, we have one is written by Christopher Hill, and the other one is written by Adam Uller. Now, there's not much we can say about that really. Christopher Hill, Adam Uller, they're possibly from different countries, but we don't know really. Okay, the second bit here, okay, is when were they written? Now, one was written in 1970, and the other one was written in 1947. Now, that could perhaps explain the difference, because if one's produced after the other one, perhaps new sources become available. So that's one possible reason. We also have to have a look at what the books are called. So one is called The Russian Civil War, and the other one is called Trotsky and the Russian Civil War. So we could suggest, for example, that one reason why they're different is that one book is focused on the Civil War in general, whilst the other one has a bigger focus on Trotsky, because it's got Trotsky in the title. Okay? We might also have a look at what else they write here. So, for example, it says here that one of them is an American, the author is an American, whilst the other one is a communist. So one key reason why they are different could be perhaps that Adam Uller is an American, therefore his focus would be negative about the Soviet Union and Lenin and Trotsky, whereas the other one is a committed communist, which would suggest that he would be positive about Lenin and the Bolsheviks. Again, this is a question 3b. And again, the key thing here is why do the two interpretations differ? So what we're looking at is we're not looking at the text. We are looking at who wrote them, why were they written, and when were they published? What's the title of the book? So why are the two interpretations different? So, first things, one is written by a Russian, and the other one is written by somebody who is an American. That could suggest one reason it was different. Another reason which it could be possibly different is that one was written in 1972 and the other one in 2001. That might make a big difference. The Soviet Union collapsed in 1991. New sources became available. New people were allowed to go in and study evidence. So that's one reason why they could be different. A third reason here is one book is called The Failure of the Provisional Government. That suggests really negative things. And the other one, 1917, A People's Revolution. Different focus, different title, suggests the reason why the two interpretations are different. Again, question 3b, 4 marks. What we're looking at is why are the two interpretations different. Now, if you remember, question 3a, we look at the text. But question 3b, we look at the top bit. Who wrote it, when it was written, and what the book is called. So why are these two different? So, first thing is one is published in 2012, one is published in 2010. We can't really read anything into that. It's pretty much the same. If we look at the authors, R. Service, G. Jarvis. Again, they sound British, they sound American. There's not too much difference there, really. So how can we suggest why they are different? We have to look at the titles. So interpretation 2, the title there is simply Stalin. So this book is about Stalin. The second one, though, is very specifically about industrialization in the Soviet Union. So one reason perhaps why they are different is that the focus of each book is different. So interpretation 1 is focused on industrialization in the Soviet Union, whereas focus number of interpretation 2 is about Stalin. That might make the difference and explain why they are different.